Russia imposes anti-terrorism measures in 3 border regions.
Brazil's plane crash, all 61 on board killed.
Speeding up the infrastructure of Thanh Thủy, Nậm On border gate.
You're watching today's news on NTV. My name is Nguyễn Thị and I will be your guide through the day's latest update. Russia started to impose anti-terrorism measures only on Saturday in 3 regions bordering Ukraine, following a large-scale incursion by Kiev force to these regions.
Russian news agencies quoted sources from local officials and the National Anti-Terrorism Committee indicating that a special regime would apply to Kursk, Belgorod and Bryansk regions near the Ukraine border. The measures included possible displacement of residents, limits on transport in specific areas, beefed up security around sensitive sites, and wiretaps of telephone and other communications. This decision comes as Ukraine continues to intensify attacks on Russia's Kursk and Lipetsk regions with large-scale drone strikes targeting military and government facilities in at least 4 other western regions of Russia. In response to this situation, the Russian Ministry of Defense deployed additional forces and equipment to cope with Ukraine's major offensive.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has just issued a directive instructing key tasks and solutions to boost public investment disbursement in the final months of 2024.
The directive stated that 2024 must be a breakthrough year in public investment disbursement, aiming for a disbursement rate of over 95% of the Prime Minister's assigned plan, thereby creating favorable conditions to achieve the economic and social development goals for 2024 and to strive to complete at least 3,000 kilometers of expressways by the end of 2025. To meet these goals, the Prime Minister has tasked central and local ministries and agencies with implementing several key tasks and solutions as follows: speeding up completion of investment procedures and project bidding, avoiding project delays, strengthening supervision of compliance with public investment disbursement regulations, reviewing and resolving overlapping regulations and obstacles, ensuring a supply of construction materials for projects, urgently finalizing and issuing guidance documents for implementing the Land Law 2024.
A plane carrying 57 passengers and 4 crew members has crashed near Sao Paulo, Brazil, killing all those on board.
The aircraft involved in the accident was an ATR-72 belonging to Vopas Linhas Aéreas Airline of Brazil, en route from Paraná State to the main international airport in Sao Paulo when it crashed in Vinhedo town, around 80 kilometers from Sao Paulo. Flight tracking data indicates that the aircraft plummeted 5,180 meters in just a minute. The cause of the crash remains unclear. Footage from the crash site shows the plane wreckage engulfed in flames on the ground. The governor of Sao Paulo has established a crisis committee to handle the incident. The aircraft's black box has been found and will be sent to Brasilia for analysis.
Coming up next are some updated news.
Total agricultural and aquatic product exports in the past 7 months surpassed $34 billion. Several items are seen as bright spots, with rice exports amounting to over 5 million tons, valued at more than $3.2 billion, a more than 25% increase in value compared to the same period last year. Many enterprises are actively preparing and gearing up for the booming of rice market in the final months of the year. It is forecasted that the world will experience a shortage of 7 million tons of rice this year. Some countries are restricting exports, while others are increasing rice imports for reserves, offering opportunities for rice exporting countries, including Vietnam.
Dengue fever cases continue to rise sharply in several provinces in recent weeks. Hospitals have reported severe cases with dangerous complications, posing a high risk of mortality. According to a report from the Hanoi Centers for Disease Control, from the beginning of the year, Hanoi recorded 1,579 dengue fever cases and 57 outbreak clusters. From late July to early August, 120 to 170 cases per week were recorded, 3 to 4 times higher than in June. One patient from Haiphong province who contracted dengue in Hanoi has unfortunately passed away. In
Đan
July
Phượng, Phúc Thọ,
2024,
số ca bệnh xuất
Haiphong
hiện sớm
registered
và
over
nặng hơn mọi năm,
4,300
mà các
dengue
tỉnh khu
fever
vực phía Bắc
cases with
cũng
more
liên
than
tục có
500
các
new
bệnh nhân
outbreak
chuyển đến.
clusters, nearly a
Tiếp đành có
2,000
4
case
típ
increase
là đanh
compared
1,
to the
đanh
previous
2,
month.
đanh 3 và đanh
Dark
4.
Lag province also
Virus
reported
truyền từ
over
người bệnh sang người lành do
1,230
mũi đốt.
dengue fever cases
Sốt xuất
since the
huyết
beginning
đanh
of
có
the
biểu
year,
hiện lâm
with some
sàng đa
patients
dạng,
being admitted in
diễn biến
critical
nhanh chóng từ
conditions.
nhẹ đến nặng.
Health
Bệnh
experts
thường
also
khởi phát
predict
đột
a
ngột
potential
và diễn
significant
biến qua 3
increase
giai
in
đoạn:
dengue fever
giai
case in
đoạn sốt,
August and
giai đoạn
September.
nguy hiểm và giai đoạn hồi phục.
The tense political situation between Israel and Iran has significantly impacted tours to the Middle East, particularly to these two countries. To ensure the safety of travelers, most of travel companies have cancelled or suspended trips to Iran, Israel, and occupied territories. The Middle East tour through Israel, Palestine, or Iran are special products due to frequent conflicts in the region. Therefore, most companies do not offer tour packages in the traditional style but only based on customer requirements. Currently, many tourist groups have temporarily halted their trips to ensure their safety and avoid causing difficulties for tourism companies.
Recently, the Laos province of Bô Lê Kham Say and the central Vietnam province of Nghệ An have agreed on the list of valid documents for people, vehicle, and goods passing through the Thanh Thủy, Nậm On auxiliary border gate. However, the construction of infrastructure at the gate needs to be speeded up to meet the requirement.
11 years since the operation, the infrastructure of the Thanh Thủy, Nậm On border gate received only minimal investment. The border gate complex has not yet been built, only temporary barrier systems have been set up by border forces for security control.
The most worrying is that the border gate complex has not yet been built. This is a mandatory requirement of a border gate when it comes into operation to ensure trade exchange.
In addition to controlling the border crossings by border forces, the area of goods clearance undertaken by the customs is also under construction, but the infrastructure there still lacks many items.
For trading, the issue of electricity and network infrastructure is extremely important for custom operations, which require national and international software integration. However, there is still no national grid and the network system is unstable, so we need support.
Nghệ is facing many challenges, but the neighboring country of Laos is even more difficult. Nậm On still has no border gate complex and the road leading to the border gate has just started to be upgraded. It will take a long time to be completed.
To ensure the circulation for people and goods according to the agreement between the two provinces of Bô Lê Kham Say and Nghệ An, the authorities are speeding up the upgrading of road to the border gate as well as the working building to put the gate into operation as soon as possible.
To facilitate the operation of the Thanh Thủy, Nậm On border gate, active collaboration from various sectors in investing in technical infrastructure is vital. This would create favorable conditions for economic and trade activities, and many other fields between the two provinces and countries.
The last news has ended our bulletin today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.